So in this section, we are going to explore how to record blood pressure measurements. One key thing about which is important during reviews, especially for patients that are having hypertension, is essentially the readjusting of the dosage of medicine. So what happens sometimes during the reviews is that doctors have to readjust the medicine they give to their patients. And one thing that helps them in performing that is for them to have an idea of how the patient's blood pressure has been varying. Has been changing over the days. Yes. So essentially, what patients do, for example, what my mom does as a hypertension patient is to record her blood pressure. That means her pulse, her diastolic, systolic in a notebook. But I realize that having a notebook and writing all those things is not that efficient. What happens if you lose that notebook? Will you have a pen and paper everywhere to take to write it and even remember where you put it and take it during reviews? Why not you just having it on your app on your phone or something? So that's what led to the section. So basically, with this section, hypertension patients can take a record of their blood pressure. So what happens is that when you click on blood pressure, this is what appears. So in order to add a new measurement, you can just click on add measurements. So when you click on add measurement, all you have to do is to put in your diastolic. If your diastolic is 50, your systolic is 66, and let's say your pulse at that time was 69. The time and the date are automatically generated because it is in the time at which you are making the entry. But if by any chance you took, let's say, this measurement some time ago and you now want to put it according to that time, you can always change it. Let's say you took this measurement at 5 p.m. today, all you just need to change the time and to click save. So when you click save, you get another page. If you want to enter it again, you can just enter. Otherwise, if you want to go back and see what you've entered, you can just go there and you see that the measurement we've entered is already here. So with the systolic, the diastolic, the pulse, and the date and time. If you feel like you want to delete this, maybe you made a mistake somewhere, all you need to do is to click on the delete button. But I'm clicking for now, and let me add another measurement. Let's say I took it yesterday, 66, 50, 87. Let's say that my pulse at that time was let me not exaggerate, 76, and I took this yesterday, so yesterday was 19. I took this yesterday and I save it, and I go back to the main screen. I can see that now I have two measurements. So let's say I want a graphical representation. Symbols, graphs always help in understanding things better. So there's this feature of visualizing everything in the graph. So for example, I can see a chart on pulse, I can see a chart on diastolic, I can see a chart on systolic. So let me see if I want to see how my pulse has been varying over the period. So I can just use this. So by sliding to the right, I can see that first it was 69, then it became later 72. So basically what it does is that this graph, you can visualize how your blood pressure has been varying over the time. So when you input more details, you see that more records will come. So you can do the same for the systolic. For the systolic here, for example, systolic here was 66, then the first time I took it, then after it was around 87, as shown on the graph. So that's how it works. And the same thing goes for the diastolic. what has been changing. So basically this is the feature. So the graph is just to represent the information that is listed on the table. I have a graphical representation of it. If I want to delete it, maybe I made a mistake, all I need to do is to click on the